Christian Diamond. I have heard from several former members that they compare their attitude while in as if they were like the Nazis. To a point, I can see this. The IAS gala, as well as the knowledge reporting system, come to mind. I was wondering your thoughts on this. I've used the Nazi term to talk about Scientology and some of its practices and some of the systems that it's put in place, and the institutional evil of some aspects of the Sea Organization especially. But the truth of the matter is that it is a grossly inappropriate comparison, and one that I have made in the past in error. The Nazis are a whole different level of evil than Scientology is. Scientology is one man's, fever dream about his own greatness and wanting to stamp his name into, infinity, to live forever, and convincing a bunch of people that he had a way to help them, to help themselves and help other people. And it was all about making the world a better place and about improving one's condition in life so that, you can be a bigger, powerful, more able person and get along better. That's what Scientology really, at the bottom line, that's really what it's all about. The Nazi Party, the National Socialist Party of Germany pre-World War II, was about rebuilding a country. It was about, getting ours. It was about restoring national pride. It was a very, very nationalist sort of activity. And of course it led to, because of its marriage with eugenics and Hitler's insanity, it led to the physical torture, physical and psychological, of course, torture of millions of people, the death of millions of people through the most atrocious means possible, and turning hundreds of thousands more people into monsters in the process, the German people. Millions of Germans, of course, too. This was an atrocity beyond almost anything you can find in the history of planet Earth. So it's orders of magnitude worse than Scientology, by a long shot. It is inappropriate when we make comparisons to Nazis or the Holocaust or what happened with Nazis. It's grossly inappropriate when the Church of Scientology attempts to compare itself to persecuted Jews from World War II because they face criticism such as my own criticism, Leah's, Mike's, Tony's, etc. It's disgusting that Scientology attempts to use that as cover or bait for people to make, draw these comparatives between what happened in, Nazi Germany and what's happening now on social media. It's just pretty disgusting that Scientology goes there. So that's kind of my statement now about the whole Nazi thing. You asked for my thoughts about it. I think that there are systems in place within the world of Scientology, like the knowledge report system that you mentioned, like the RPF, which was an extremely traumatizing thing for me and for everybody who almost everybody who did it. The Nuremberg rallies, as Mike Rinder likes to call them, the IAS events, the annual Church of Scientology events where they pump everybody up and show them all this false information and tell them, why they need to give more money. In the end, Scientology is just a money-making scam. It is not about, the destruction of millions of people through the most vicious and violent means possible. And that's what the Nazis were about. So that's why I think social media has watered down the seriousness of certain historical events, not just World War II, but many others, because people like to do that. They like to engage in hyperbole and making arguments, and they've done it so often, so wrongly, so many times with the Nazis, that it really has lost the power and effectiveness that it should have. And that's kind of where I'm coming from on all of that. So there you go.